If you like to talk about combat sports and you want to join the discussion, click the subscribe button below and the bell notification icon next to it and join Knucklehead Nation. Ladies and gentlemen of Knucklehead Nation, welcome to another episode of the FightersRep video podcast. And today, I'm with another up-and-coming SoCal superstar, none other than the champ, Robert Hernandez, right there on your screen. What's going on, Rob?
Guys. Sorry, what's going on, George?
Not much, man. How are you doing?
Hanging in there, you know. It's training, doing what I do.
Rob, I haven't seen you in a very long time, my man, but I know you've been busy in the fight game, training, doing all kinds of things. What's currently going on in the life of Robert Hernandez?
Be specific. Fighting wise, we're still plotting. We're plotting to go pro pretty soon for us. We're gonna try out different avenues. I started on doing boxing, so I'm very comfortable with my doing boxing, but a lot of my experiences in Muay Thai, so I'm very comfortable in Muay Thai and boxing. So I get to try out that part. Then, we're gonna also try to do MMA. Do some Israel Adesanya, Kevin, Nicky Hoskins type of thing.
Yeah. Sounds good. Hey, Rob, let's take it back to the beginning, my man. For the people that don't know about you, I mean, you're a champ in the sport already, especially in the striking front. I know you're a Muay Thai champ, but kind of take me back to the beginning. This is not the easiest sport to make a living out of. What kind of got you into this sport, brother?
Well, man, we're going to have to go way back on that part.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Time machine, baby.
All right. Well, it was... I kind of got myself into it. Didn't really have a strong support team behind me. Parents, they always struggle with financial money. I used to play soccer when I was little. That didn't work out, so I did what every Mexican that doesn't make the soccer team does. Start joining the game, and then I stopped doing sports high school years, and I had a lot of frustration, family issues, and stuff like that, where I just needed to let it out. I met a guy that was a boxer, and he's like, "Hey man, I want to do a boxing program this summer for the kids. Like, you want to join?" I'm like, "Shit, well, I got nothing else to do." It's like, I wasn't doing my homework, so I might as well,
Yeah.
And yeah, so with that, I ended up doing a summer after sophomore year of boxing. It went well, trained, but I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the physical, and then the endorphin release that it produced of just training. Well, fast forward again, junior year ended, and I was like, man, I want to go back. I got to get back. So I asked my parents, like, hey, like, can you guys help me out? They're like, no, you know what, like, we're going through some family issues. I can't afford to pay for something you want to do. If you want to do this, you got to pay it on your own. So pretty much I did what any other Mexican does. I started selling some drugs. I'm not proud of this part, but it's gotten me where I'm at. Give me a second.
Yeah. So I mean, we're not talking about Tylenol and aspirin here, are we?
No, we're not talking about no nickels and dimes and some THC. No, we're talking about
Yeah. So
I'm not proud of it. We're talking about some other stuff. Well, I ended up starting selling stuff like that, and I saved up. I'm like, no, I want to do this shit. Like, let's get it, So saved up. I went to a boxing gym and like, hey, how much is the year membership? They're like, I believe at the time was like $900. I was like, shit, I got it. It was it was $900 for the whole
Nice,
year.
nice.
I'm like, sign me in. So I had my cousin come in. He's like, hey, like, freaking, he's my dad. Fucking sign. I ended up just getting started doing some boxing. But there was politics. There was a lot of politics in boxing, which it was like I wasn't a fan of it. It was you got to know people. It wasn't
Yeah.
more about. It wasn't more what you bring to the table. It was more about uh, who you know. So it's like I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I didn't like that. Then I started training with Malape, where he started running the program there. Malape is a 7-time world champion as well, so pretty big name. I didn't know anything about Muay Thai. He's like, hey, like, you got heart. Like, you want to train? You want to fight? I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. Like, I want to do this shit. So within a month of training Muay Thai, he's like, all right, we got you a fight. Uh, I don't think it was the smartest thing to do because I
Yeah.
got my ass whooped. But after that, I was like, I fucking love this shit. And fast forward again. Uh, Within that time I was of training and everything, I ended up getting caught. I went to jail. I changed my mentality after that. I was like, I got to do something right.
Well, let's take it back to the beginning, Rob. I mean, you said at first you joined a gang when soccer was done. Is that what you said?
It wasn't. I joined the gang. I was affiliated with a gang.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
it was more, if you lived in the Inland Empire, a lot you guys would know, like BA, Black Angels. I hanged out with them. My young some of the people that I would hang out with were my age, but the older brothers were already in gangs and stuff like that. So I was like, I was heading on that path
Yeah.
already. And then with the drugs and everything, it's like selling drugs and stuff like that. It was like it was bound to happen that I was gonna get locked up. So it did. It did.
Yeah, yeah. So, you were affiliated with the wrong people. Soccer ended. You got into boxing. Now, before you got into boxing, I mean, were you the kind of kid that got into a lot of fights, or were you just kind of chill, laid back kind of guy?
Well, at first, the beginning of high school, I was more laid back. But because of that, then like people were like fucking try to fuck with me. Um, but I was always the youngest from my cousins and stuff like that. So it was like either you're gonna stand up for yourself or you're gonna let people walk like all over you. And I was like, I wasn't gonna have it at that time. I was, then, uh, puberty came in to social, and I was like, fuck this. Like, you're not talking to me in a certain way.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was always, and then that was like part of why my parents didn't want to put me in like martial arts or any boxing, because like, dude, you're already fighting. Like, you're gonna be wanting to do this more in the streets. Little did they know that it actually got me out of the streets to a better path now.
Yeah, yeah. And you said, when the boxing ended, you kind of discovered Muay Thai. You jumped back into Muay Thai, and that's kind of been your passion ever since. Am I right?
Yeah, I love Muay Thai. It's brutal, and that's why it's one of the brutal sports that out there. Um, but it's been my love. It's like boxing was my first love. Then Muay Thai came in, and it was like, when you like the side chick more. It was pretty much like that. So
Do you prefer one over the other, Rob?
honestly, I love both. Man, like I just like the violence of it. I like Muay Thai because it's very violent, and then boxing, like it's a different art. Then I jumped in with you, MMA, and I was like, man, I love this shit. Like, I was born to fight. Like, this is who I am.
Yeah, yeah. And that was basically, I mean, your first MMA fight. You had never fought MMA when you jumped into the cage with us. Am I right?
Yeah. It was my first fight. It didn't go well, but I learned a lot.
Yeah, yeah, and you continue to do big things in combat sports. I mean, for the people that don't know, tell us a little bit about your credentials in striking, especially. What titles have you won? What belts have you accumulated for your gym over there?
Shit, let me see. I gotta look at the camera. I got three-time IFS title. I got the MTU title, MTC title, uh, IKF international title, and then
Wow,
I got IKS world title as
wow,
well.
wow, wow. And what
Which
division did you win those IKF titles in? Because for me, I think that's kind of that's one of the most important titles to win as an amateur, because it means you're kind of the man in that division, in that state, or wherever it is you won it.
kinda I am.
Well, you are.
No, uh, the 27. I won them at 127. Uh, I just never like cutting weight. I was
Yeah.
like, fuck, I like to eat, so I'll just you know, I just pretty much only cut like 2 pounds, 2 3 pounds. And I'm a small guy for even for people are that I fought with. Like those motherfuckers be cutting a lot,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
but I've been successful.
For sure. And what weight are you campaigning at right now, Robert? Are you looking to move up? Are you looking to stay at 127? What are we working with?
Um, I'm looking at 122 now. I'm looking at going down a weight just because, like I said, I never really dieted, and now that I'm dieting and stuff like that, my weight just coming down quickly, like quicker. It's um, I road work and everything. I didn't have to do too much road work back then to like lose the weight, but my ass is getting old, so I got to run now.
Speaking of which, Robert, how old are you now?
26,
26.
26.
It's 26, still pretty young, but probably a good time to make that transition you were talking about. You're talking about potentially getting into the pro game now. But
Right.
the question is, Robert, the question is, what sport is Robert Hernandez going to go pro in first? Is it going to be Muay Thai, boxing, or MMA?
Damn. So for now we're gonna stick with we're gonna do we gave our word to Dennis, so we're gonna stick with that, and then we're gonna go pro for Muay Thai at first, and then we're gonna do some boxing, and like I talked to you, you're gonna see me in ring soon.
I love it, man. I love it. I really look forward to getting you back on the kickboxing front. I mean, that's what we do.
Right.
I'm hoping it's it's a sport that you'll enjoy. I think you'll love it, man. Between the boxing and the Muay Thai you've done, I think you'll love it.
Yeah, so like I said, Um I started off boxing, so my first couple matches I just fucking probably kick like once and then turn it into a boxing match. Uh and then I learned how to do more like learn how to do kicks and stuff like that. Clinching and stuff like that came after
Hmm.
once I met Joe. Um I moved with Joe. And started doing my cans with Joe. He pretty much he started teaching me my clinch work, how to set up things. He comes from a boxing karate background as well. Then he transitioned to Muay Thai or somewhere around that line.
Yeah, yeah. Well, tell me. I mean, for the people that don't know, tell them a little bit about Joe Davidson, your coach, how you met him, and how that relationship is.
So, um, so after Malapit left, he went. He like as a lot of people know, he moved to Fresno. He opened up his gym over there. Of course, I was broke. I wasn't gonna follow him. I couldn't afford to follow him, and so then I went to this other gym that it kind of did me dirty. It's like amateurs, look out for some of these people because they're gonna do you dirty. Like there's some people that are not in it for the love or the sport or the sports they teach. They're in it for their pockets.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Well, what do you mean
yeah.
by that?
So
I'd love to hear, what you kind of went through as an amateur, because those experiences are going to be valuable to the people watching this.
yeah. So with them, it was a lot about money. It was about greed. It was about what I brought to the table, and it wasn't what they were like they could give back. And I'm all in it to like I'm all in it for the gym and the love of the gym because it like the doors are open. Then it means I could train, you know. Well, I fought for them for some time. I already had like the boxing and Muay Thai experience with Malapit and my first boxing coach. So then we started off where I pretty much left off with Malapit. Uh, so I just continued to fight for them for a while. Well, we had a fallout. It was pretty much uh, like I said, I was out of jail. I had just gotten out of jail. I was broke, paying bills. Uh, my daughter's moms and I were like splitting, so I was going to court for all this. Get custody of my daughter. Um, so within that whole process, they're like, "Hey, dude, like, we're broke, so I need you to start paying privates and start teaching and pay your monthly tuition." And I was like, "Fuck, like that's a lot for me. Like I can't do it." I was
Yeah.
already like 9 fights in with them. I'm like, I can't do it. I'm like, I could help you teach and stuff like that. You guys don't have to pay me. I'll even pay my membership. Well, um, they were fine with that. Later on that line, uh, I knew I wanted to just jump in the MMA. Anything that has violence involved, I want to do. So when we talk about fighting, is anything that has violence, I want to do. So I was like, hey, like, can I go train down the street some jiu-jitsu and some wrestling? Like, I need some groundwork. We don't have it here. Well, they started telling me that I wasn't loyal and stuff like that. So then they started closing the doors at me, and I had to take a step back, and it hurt because I'm all about loyalty, and it hurt because it was like, dude, like I thought those were people that I thought cared for me, but at the end it was more about the money they care that I brought to the table, and it was I had to take a step back and like they're not looking out for my growth. Um, so fast
Yeah.
forward,
Yeah.
I ended up living. Um, but never mind. Let's take it back again.
Yeah.
Last fight with them, I saw Crew Joe work with my teammate Joey. Like I'm like fuck, like this guy only has 4 fights and is looking good like this. I'm like, this motherfucker's good. Yeah, that's my training partner Joey. I'm like, this motherfucker's good. So then, once I had that fallout with Team Diamond, I didn't know where Crew was. Like, I'm like, where's he train out of, and everything. So I added Joey. I'm like on Facebook and stuff like that, and I ended up hitting them up. I'm like, hey, where you guys at? Like we're in Fontana. That's like, I think like 15, 20 miles from me. And I'm like, fuck this. Like, I'll make the drive. Like, I don't mind it. So I came talk to Crew. Ever since then, he's like you want to be a champion? I was like, fuck yeah, like I've been doing this shit, with little help. And shit, after that, it was like Crew and I we just connected and fucking he just brought me to another level. First fight back with Crew, I fought Diego, and it was pretty bad as well. Um, I came underweight. It was like it was a 5 pound difference.
Yeah.
Um, of it, and I ended up just whatever. I accepted the fight. It didn't go well. I didn't get all the tools Crew gave me. Settled down, and I ended up taking the L on that one. But fuck, after that, I went on a rampage. I wanted everybody to smoke.
Nice. And what was the result after that?
The result was fucking. We won 5 titles within that year.
Wow, man. Wow.
Yeah, we fought. Normally, we want to fight 5 to 6 times a year just so I can continue to be active like that. That's the main reason we're looking at going like boxing and MMA and kickboxing, just because like I'm so used to being this consistent in fighting. I notice a lot of pros only fight maybe once, twice, 3 times a year if they're lucky. I'm used to fighting 5 times a year.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so it's a big thing, That's why uh, we're getting involved with everything.
It's pretty impressive that Crew Joe, told you, "Hey, do you want to be a champion?" And you kind of said, "Yeah, you made it happen." I mean, talk to me a little bit about the sort of mentality that you and Crew Joe had in order to make that happen. Not just to say it, but to make it happen.
So I'm I'm kind of learning more about myself um, as I'm getting older. Uh, I always felt different than other people. I always saw my friends settle for like jobs that were just paying the bills, jobs for like, okay, I'm making good money, I'm good enough now. I didn't really care about the money and stuff like that. But I just felt like I wanted to improve. I felt like if I want something, like I'm gonna get it, and I wanted to be a champion. And then Cruz saw that on me, or I believe he saw that on me.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he was like, "Okay, well, we're gonna start camp. Like I'm gonna set you up in a fight. Like I'm gonna set you up a fight." So, shit, we work fucking, I don't know, 3-4 hours a day sometimes, just so I could catch up to shit that he was gonna teach me. Um, and fucking yeah, Joe's been putting a lot of effort and work with me as my teammates as well.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, pretty
And
good.
what's
What's up?
and Rob, what's the name of the camp? What's the name of the team if people want to look for you guys or find you guys?
We're Evolution MTMS. We're out of Fontana, IE area.
Very cool, very cool. So if anybody wants to, go train with the champ, be sure to give him a follow on Instagram right there at the bottom of your screen. It's at Rob_Thai Boxing. That's where you can follow Rob, or
Yes,
or if you're a sweet honey, or maybe even maybe even if you're a guy, maybe if you're even a guy, who knows? Maybe you want to stalk Robert a little bit and see what the champ is up to in his life. You can follow him at Rob Thai Boxing.
no, girls are trouble, man. Girls are trouble.
Rob, I wanted to circle back for a minute. You told me that you were in jail, and when you got out of jail, you kind of got back into it with these knuckleheads, and eventually left them. That team you were telling me about. What did you go to jail for? I'm curious.
Well, the same shit that got me into boxing. I started
Gotcha.
I started just selling shit. Then I just got money hungry, and I ended up I ended up getting caught. I was 16 years old with like 3 cars, money, and
Wow.
fucking you know paying bills. I was doing my own shit, so it's
Yeah.
I just got money hungry.
And Rob, what do you do right now, like for a living? What's your living?
For a living, I teach full time. I teach and train full time. Um, I'm gonna take it back to the jail part because I think that's very important to me.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm a big mama's boy. Everybody knows me. Fucking knows like I'll die for my mother. Uh, when I got locked up, it was um it was heartbreaking because my mom came where the cops were picking me up. It was after my 18th birthday, so I was already an adult. Um, so cops came and she was like, "No, like my son's good," which she was blinded. I was an asshole. Um, so as they were taking me, the cops car were taking me. I started seeing my mom tear up, and I think with by seeing that, I went to jail with that mentality. Like, fuck, I just hurt the person I love.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, I hurt her. So in there, like I said, I grew up with BAs, OBS, like all those gangs in Ontario. Uh, I met a couple of my friends that like they're like, dude, you're young, like what the fuck you doing, like uh we don't got a choice anymore. We're too deep in here, but you don't got to follow our path. Like you know we're in it too deep. Like we don't got no choice. Our family's already in our risk. Like you got a choice.
Yeah, yeah.
So by an older guy telling me this, like I'm like shit. Like I thought that shit, all that game banging or street life was cool. I'm like fuck. Like I had my mom in my back of my head, and then this guy telling me this shit in there. Uh, what's it called? So then I'm like, I gotta make a choice. How how should I put what I love to do and change my whole life entirely? So when I got out of jail, first thing was find a job. Actually, I had to get 2 jobs just because I had to pay the lawyer that got me out. Uh, yeah, I had to pay the lawyer. Got me out like about $8,000.
Wow.
Uh, yeah. Then I ended up. I was still trying to train, so I was working 16 hours a day, and then training three hours a day, trying to sleep 3 4 hours, and fucking that was tough. So when a lot of people come to me and be like, hey, like, I can't do this shit because whatever excuse they makes them feel comfortable, I don't have sympathy to them, because like I went through shit that it was like I made it happen because I wanted this. It's like, just make it easy for me and tell me
Yeah.
it's not hard for you.
Yeah, I mean, if you're full of shit, just be full of shit.
Yep.
Don't give Robert no excuses, right? I mean, Rob, it takes a real fucking man, right, to be able to look back on what you did to your mother and say, I was an asshole. I mean, it takes a real fucking man to step up and do that and admit that kind of thing.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking because I knew my family struggle uh, with money, just financial issues. We were going through some family issues as well, and I knew like my money was tight, but my mom fucking she fucking did everything to fucking get me out. So I'm blessed. I'm blessed
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I was looking to do about 7 years, and I ended up
Damn.
just doing 3 months without anything on my background. So I was blessed.
Wow, wow. But I mean, you knew right away you fucked up, so that tells me that mother of yours or somebody probably instilled some sort of, responsibility and intelligence in you. There was a fighter in you that said, nah, fuck this, I can't do this to myself.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? It's like the man I am. Like, it has to do with my parents, and like the person I am. I have strong values. I talk shit. I talk shit, and I play around too much. But my values are pretty strong. My family. My mom was like, you got to be educated. Uh, I was in good gate program, which gate, not gay program, because I motherfuckers be try to fuck around. Gate
Yeah, you gotta
program.
be you gotta be careful with that because Dane Turney and John Gomez are in here. They're gonna be talking shit.
Yeah, Dane's outside training right now with us. Uh, yeah, um, yeah. So I was in gate program for 4 years. Elementary to high school year. Then in high school, I ended up. I was in honors class. I met girls. They fucked me up. uh, yeah, no, soccer didn't go well. So I was like, man, like, it was something that kept me busy, and then kind of release the frustration of books and stuff like that. I was a smart guy. Like, I taught myself algebra 2 in high school. Like,
Nice,
uh,
nice.
they wanted me to be in pre-calculus, but I was like, man, why do I have to do it? It's like I already surpassed what I got to do in high school.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, within that time, I just ended up pushing education away. But I always felt like I was very sharp minded in
Yeah.
things. I still feed my mind. I read books. I uh, more of self growth, and more self growth right now, just because I'm interested in growing as a person,
Yeah. Yeah.
not as a business yet, which that's in the plans of my future.
Gotcha. Rob Hernandez, the champ, ladies and gentlemen. You can follow him at the bottom of your screen at Rob Thai Boxing. That's his Instagram handle. Be sure to follow us at FightersRep. Click the subscribe button below, the bell notification icon next to it. Join Knucklehead Nation, where we support incredible talents, upcoming talent, especially like
You do a
Rob
good
Thai
job, sir.
Boxing. Thank you, man. Thank you. I think the only kickboxing promotion with a pro license right now. We're pretty excited about that, and we're
Nice.
really excited about in California at least, and we're really excited about getting back to work. But man, Rob, I got some bad news today, brother. CSAC sent us an email, and they said, all events are off until further notice. But then they came with a second email, and they said that we are going to be coming up with a procedure in case anybody wants to do any sort of live streams until the government allows for big events to come together. So, I mean, what do you think about this crazy quarantine right now, Rob. How does it feel to kind of not know what's going on?
Well, at first it was depressing because I felt like everything was pretty much taken away from me. I was like, dude, I worked so hard to get where I'm at, and then now you're telling, like, this fucking virus is telling me to stop doing what I got to do. Uh, that it was frustrating. It's been like last week. I felt like depressed. It's like, dude, I want to fight. I'm sure a lot of people that are like that this is what they want to do, and like they're in the same path as me. They probably feel the same way. But if they don't and they're better than me, just I'm gonna catch up.
Yeah,
Because I'm
yeah.
working. I'm working regardless. So, I'm gonna catch up if you're better than me.
Gotcha, gotcha. Rob, we're also doing a fundraiser right now. I don't know if you saw, we're pushing a little fundraiser. The link's in the description. It's to save the gyms in Southern California, trying to raise some money to help out some of the gyms that are struggling. Because at this time, obviously, we can't do the sort of business that we want to do, especially you guys as gyms that provide us with fighters and that provide young fighters like yourself discipline and a career and a path to improve themselves. I mean, how's it looking for your gym right now, brother?
Well, for us, we got Cruz. Cruz a very very good person. I believe like there's people that there's three stages. Correct me if I'm wrong. Read it in the book. It was three stages where man is like selfish, then they become aware of stuff, and then they always want to give back. I think Crew at the moment is at that point where he wants to give back, and the reason why I point out those three stages is because uh, you know at the beginning we all want us. It's all about us, and it's because we want to achieve something. Cruz already, he has his gym and stuff like that. He got his career as well going on.
Yeah.
So he's like giving back to us, and with that, it's like all the students know how good Crew is, and they're like most of the students are trying to trying to support still. Like if they're able to pay for the membership, they pay it still because if we don't put what we got, what we're able to, contribute to the gym, by the time that this shit's over, we're not gonna have a place to come train.
Right,
Um,
right, right.
I offer all the members that I'll do free privates if they're paying their membership. Just to me, Crew has spent several hours with me, that to give hours back to the people, uh, so we could keep this place running. It's like it's my form of paying him back for all that time.
And of course, Rob, you teach over there, right? I mean, you teach classes and you're continuing in that line, like Crew Joey is spreading that knowledge, giving back.
Yeah. So that plan. I have a goal. And everybody that is very close to me. Uh, I believed in that 5-10 year goal. Uh, I have a goal. My first goal is like big goal is to obtain the WBC title. With that, some pro also titles within that line, but that WBC title. Um, Later on, full transition to MMA. Um, make the best of what I can in MMA. Then like around 35, 36, I wanna open up my own gym because I feel like I said, Crew's like a mentor to me, and I told him like this is my plans. Like I had to make a plan. I don't want to fucking be working a dead end job that's not gonna give me shit. Um, and
Right,
this is what
right.
I love to do. So why
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're having a little technical difficulty, but we're about to get Robert right back on the line.
Can you see me?
Yeah, we're back. Okay, I think we're back. Let me just get a second here to make sure we're back and
Gotcha.
everything's okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so Rob, I was asking you to repeat the part about, you wanting to do something basically that you give a shit about, not being at some dead end job. Because look, Robert, a lot of people, man, they go through life, right? And they do the same thing. They do the same thing their whole life, and they're miserable, and they wish they would have done their passion, and they wish they would have lived their dream, and they have a million excuses. Tell me,
Yeah.
tell me why it was so important to you to do something you loved.
Well, my parents were good people to me. Like, we had our differences as well, but they were always like, school, school, school. I'm like, fuck school. Like, it's like I could do that shit when I'm old, like, or when my body can't do this, anymore.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
uh, you know, I found something, and I was very blessed that I found something that I like to do. It's like, people tell me that, how do you do six hour trainings, or eight, be there all day. It's like, I worked 16 hours, fucking hating my life. Like, I it's like every thought I had of, like, being at a job I didn't like. I'm like, god damn, this shit is depressing. And
Yeah.
it wasn't for me. So I was like, I fucking started training, doing all this shit, and I was like, I love this shit. So why do I need to stop? Because other people didn't make it, and that shit pisses me off like a lot. That shit pisses me off a lot. When somebody tells me, just because they didn't do it, tells me I can't do it. And that's like my main motivation. Is like, fuck you. Like, you didn't do it, you gave up. Why should I give up?
Right,
You know?
right, right.
And and it's a big part of me as well, because if I want to do it, I do it. And like I said at the beginning of the last video, it was, whatever I have put in my mind, I got to do it. I got to at least try it. If I fail, fuck it, it's my fault. But if I don't try it, then that chance might fucking just fly through.
Right.
And I'm not down with that. I wasted time in jail. I wasted time fucking messing around with guys that, like, now just sad to say, some of them are bums. Like, I see some of my friends walking barefoot in Ontario.
Damn.
Some of my friends are dead. Eighth grade, my friend got shot three houses away from my house. This in eighth grade. So I'm like, I don't want to be that fucking guy. I don't want to be that guy that just, didn't do shit. Didn't do shit because everybody expected him to fail.
Right,
Um,
right.
yeah. So
Man.
that's my mentality. I want to be successful with something I love to do, and I could wake up every day and do this shit. If I could wake up every day till I fucking died, I'm gonna do it. It's it's, I talked to Crew, and I was, we're pretty close, and I'm like, dude, like, I don't see the gym. I like, cause he offered me the job and everything. He's like, I
Yeah.
don't, so like, I don't see this as my job. I see this as like my gym. So I'm taking this right now as like my gym, and whatever I could learn from him, I share. When I open up my gym, I should be having a head start from learning from him. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Man, it's such a big deal, I think, to do something you love, Robert. Not a lot of people have the courage. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people have the balls to do that. And I think it's really important that you're talking to me about that. And also, another thing I want to add to that is, man, I'm sure you got your problems like everybody else, but you're working out all the time. You're in great shape. You're doing something you love, so the stress is probably, minimal shit that you're used to. I mean, how does it feel? How does it feel to be only 26 years old? You already, know what you're meant to be and do in life after coming from jail, man. How does it feel to be that person now?
Well, after jail, it was like a rebirth, you know. It was like if like I couple years I struggle going to court and stuff like that. Just now, criminal court, but like court with my daughter's mom. So it was. I wanted to put a good example as a father that I am to my daughter. I wanted to put an example that just because every time I wanted to do something, I got I got like pretty much pushed down and like talk shit to that I wouldn't be able to do it. So I want her to believe that she's able to do it. So when somebody tells me that, it's like, wait a fucking second. Like I got my daughter that I'm trying to prove something to, that she wants to do whatever the fuck she wants to do. That she's able to do it, not because people come, um, you know, talk down on you. Like I'm not cool with that shit. I'm just not cool with that because, like I said, people just come up with fucking excuses why they
Right,
couldn't do it
right,
or why they
right.
didn't do it. And I don't feel bad for them. I can't feel bad for them because I've been through shit. I've been through shit where it's like, that's it, bro. Like I, I was like, that's it. I
Like, what are you
remember
bitching about? What are you bitching about? You haven't
exactly.
seen
I'm like,
shit.
that's
Yeah.
it. As yeah, I'm like, like there's some stories where it's like, I was, we didn't have much money. I met some middle class people. We're Mexican, right? So my dad used to fucking beat my ass. So I would always hear like some of my friends be like, hey, like I'm in trouble. So I'm always thinking, oh shit, he got his ass beat. Uh, I'm like, so what happened? Like, what your parents do? Oh, they sent me to my room for 20 minutes. I'm like, God damn, that's it.
Damn.
So, so then later on in life, I started talking about like my experiences, and they're like, shit, your shit was abused. So, yeah, like a lot of shit. Just we all go through we all go through our shit. Uh, but for me to feel bad, I don't feel bad for a lot of the people. But I do help out many people. I help out many people to get over things. The only way I know how, and that's the reason why I want to do this. Because for the people like me later on in life, that want to go somewhere with this, I'll be there for them because I'm able to understand them in a way others don't. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. No, I totally get it. Since we touched on the topic of ass whippings, I mean, give me a Daddy Robert Hernandez, or maybe Mama Robert Hernandez ass whooping that you really remember, kind of set you straight in your life.
Fuck, there's many, man. There was many. Uh, there was many. Fuck. Well, me and my dad now we're cool and shit, but we had a rough rough connection. Um, like I said, it was. I love my dad. I love
Yeah,
my dad.
yeah, yeah.
We set things straight now. But for growing up, my dad fucking every time I get in trouble, he'll fucking beat my ass. There was one occasion where that I remember I got suspended. I was like third grade or some shit. I was people were fucking trying to fuck with me, and I just like I would never have it. I was always getting picked on by my older cousins. I was like, fuck this, like my older cousins are gonna beat my ass, but you're not. So yeah, so I always get into trouble fighting. Well, that was my first time getting in trouble for fighting. I ended up getting caught and stuff like that. My dad comes, picks me up. I get suspended, and fuck, I don't know how. It was third. I was in third, fourth grade. Fucking, I go home, and he's like, "Okay, you want to fight?" And I just looked at him, and he just fucking starts like pretty much giving him an ass whooping like a grown ass man. Like two grown ass men are fighting.
Damn,
Yeah, and
that's crazy, man.
I was in third grade. So that was like one of the times I remembered, and there's many more times where it was like it wasn't cool.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't cool because it's to a person you say you love. Like I felt like you shouldn't do that to people.
Right,
Uh,
right, right.
you know what I mean?
For
So
sure.
uh, as I got older, me and him like I had never raised my hand on him or touched them. Uh, but there was one occasion where it was like enough is enough. Like I'm a grown ass man. Like, you can't be fucking touching me like this. You know,
Right.
like hitting me. So then we ended up like getting in a fight. And after that, I was like, dude, like, uh, we cooled off and everything. I'm like, you know what, like, you can't be putting hands on me no more like that, because uh, I respect you and you're my dad, but you're crossing a line that I'm a man now, that you're not gonna you're crossing a line that you're putting your hands on me in a certain way I don't like. I
Yeah.
feel disrespected. And after that, we were cool and stuff. And before my grandma passed away, she was like, "Hey, you gotta understand your dad. Uh, he didn't have a dad." So then, at that moment, I realized my dad was a better dad than his dad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't blame my dad for anything. I love my dad, like I said. But now as a
Yeah.
father, I take that approach to my daughter, where it's like I can't spank. I don't spank my daughter. I talk shit to her,
Damn,
but I don't
Robert. No,
spank my daughter.
not even a little spanking, bro.
No, man, that shit hurts. Man, no,
Oh,
I let her mom do that.
yeah. Robert, man, I feel you on the dad thing, my man. I feel you 100% on the
That
dad thing.
that's a Hispanic shit right there.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm not even gonna say anything, but I'm the same way. I don't blame I don't blame my parents, for being heavy-handed.
Yeah,
That's what they learned. That's how they grew up. And
yeah,
like your dad, my dad's dad died when he was like 13 years old. So I mean, he didn't really have a dad either. You know what I mean?
right, right.
So I looked back on my life kind of like you did, and I said, "Damn, man, I had all those ass whippings, but I forgive you guys. I get it. I get it. I get where you guys came from. You know?"
Yeah, and it's kind of like it's been a part of like as well for myself, because um I still hold a lot of anger and stuff like that with like for myself, like
Even with all those fights you got, Rob, how you still got anger in there, brother?
no, I used to, not anymore.
I'm,
Not anymore.
I'm
Now
messing with you.
what? Now I'm just like shit. I don't think anybody could really get me mad.
Yeah.
Plus, I got a lot of people that used to talk shit. Like, I don't know why they do it. I don't know, especially in amateurs. I don't know why we feel like we have the need to talk shit to people. Don't get me wrong. When it crosses the line, I speak up because I'm a man first. You know, so I speak up. When the people cross the line, I speak up. But I don't feel the need to go out and talk shit. And I see a lot of this. I'm like, why? You know, uh, for example, I got called out a couple of times, and it's like, bro, like, you kind of have to see my resume, who I fought, my losses my losses I have right now. They're people are pretty pro, and I
Right,
took a lot of
right.
fights, fight, being 5, 8 pounds underweight,
Yeah.
knowing
I
for
mean,
your promotion.
even when you fought for us, yeah. I mean, you fought a very, very tough fight. I ran it. I ran it by you. I ran it by the coach. I was like, "You guys sure you want this for his first MMA fight?" You guys said, "Yeah, let's get it." But I think that's kind of the mentality of a champion, man. If you ask me.
Yeah. So, all right. First fight, my first ever fight. A lot of people out there in this channel might know him, Victor Saravia. I didn't know shit. I was like, okay, I'm a month training, Muay Thai. Uh, you like, hey, you want to fight? I'm like, fuck it, whatever, let's fight. So, I was Victor Saravia. He fucking whooped my ass. After that, I fucking went on Rampage, won. Um, then I have WBC champ Brando. Me and him were 1-1. I beat him the first time. He beat me the second time. So that one was he beat me. Uh, then I had Diego. He gave me an ass beating. But you know what? Like, um, on most of these, I gave up something. And I have that in my mind that my balls are set where they're at, because I it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, if I wanted to fight, I'm gonna fight. Uh, with your promotion, I had to give up some weight as well. I was
Yeah,
already at
yeah,
125. I was already at
yeah.
125. So we're like, oh well, 130. The guy didn't want to drop no more, so I was like, well, fuck it, and that was the only guy that would wanted to fight
Right,
me.
right, right.
So I'm like, well, I'm not like,
And he's a
am I
pro
gonna miss?
now. He's a
And then
pro now.
how I see it is, am I gonna miss the chance of getting in the cage, getting some experience, or am I gonna sit back? You know,
Right, right,
and
right.
I was just like, I need that work now, because I have like I want to accomplish what I have in my vision, so it's like I need that work, and if after that fight, I I haven't lost in MMA as well, so it's
Yeah.
I've learned from all of it. It's like like I said, my balls are they're at where they're at, and yeah, and nobody could take that from me, you know.
Yeah, yeah. No, I
It's
got mad.
all this as an amateur, all this fucking want to be fame. We don't get paid, so why the fuck talk shit? Why why like all this want to be fame and shit? It's like doesn't really matter to me. Even my accomplishments, I just put it out there so I can get fucking paid, do what I gotta do, privates and stuff like that. But it's uh,
Right, right.
I earn more. I earn more even on the loss instead of backing down. I earn like respect, and I
For
read
sure.
as a street guy, like I'm sure you know as well. It's like that matters a lot more than even some money, even a couple hundreds. Respect, you can't buy that.
Yeah, man, you definitely earned my respect. And I mean, look at us over a year and change later. I mean, that fight was a year and a half ago, and I still got mad respect for you taking that fight against a kid
Thank
who's
you,
a pro.
thank you.
He's a pro now. He was 5 pounds or so, probably heavier than you. He had MMA experience. You didn't have any. And I said, man, this is the mentality a guy needs to become a champion. Really, I mean, that's the way I feel about it.
I heard you, and I even heard like, and it was like you saw it in my face every round. I was smiling. It's like I want to do this shit. Like
Yeah.
after every round, I'm like I want to do this shit. Like nothing, nothing. I was nothing about being cocky or nothing. It's just no. I was enjoying that fucking moment. I got lost, fucking, but I was enjoying that moment. I was like, I love this shit.
Yeah, no, I can tell. And, again, I mean, that's the mentality I think you need to be a legitimate champion and not one of these bums that it's fed like a bunch of tomato cans and then gets exposed when they end up fighting somebody with some skill. Because that's what's going to happen. To guys that are not like you, that are not down to fight anybody, if they're just fighting bums, at some point they're going to reach a level where they got to fight somebody that's good, and then their self-confidence goes to hell because they get crushed. I mean, am I right? Is that something you've seen before?
Yeah, that's definitely something I've seen before, and then shit. I had little bit of knowledge, and first fights like that. I believe the first couple fights as an amateur, uh, you test yourself or who you are if you're gonna quit or not. I tested a lot of people. Like a lot of people, they're like, dude, like you just keep coming, you don't stop. I've gotten smarter on fighting, but my first couple fights was like, no, it's go time. Like it's I had that Tyson mentality, Tyson, Marquez is like those motherfuckers had heart. I grew up to Marquez. That's a
Yeah.
Mexican boxer. So it's watching him. I'm like, fuck, motherfucker has balls. Gets knocked down 9 times, gets up 10. It's like there's no giving up on him. So that's something I admire from that boxer.
Rob, where are we
Yes,
going
sir.
to see Robert Hernandez in 5 years?
I'm gonna be having my WBC title. I'm gonna be having my WBC title. You're gonna be having some titles too, right?
I
So
hope so, brother.
I'm a, I'm gonna do the same thing as an amateur. I'm going for every title. Main goal is my WC title. I think very few people earn that, just like the IKF world title. I don't think there's anybody here in California right now. No, actually, one person that has a world title. For as an amateur, it's here in IE, I know for a fact I'm the only one.
Yeah.
So for in 5 years, I hope to accomplish everything I accomplished uh, for as an amateur, but as a pro now. your title. Shit, I'm greedy when it came to the titles. I'm like, I want them all. So it's it's part of my goal and it's part of my resume as well as to how much I want to charge for a private.
Yeah.
The better your resume, the better you get paid. I'm not trying to get money out of people either, or get rich out of people. I'm just trying to pay my bills, for doing something I love to do. But I would definitely help people like myself to accomplish their goals because I needed that help.
And when are we going to see Robert Hernandez in the FightersRep ring?
Well, like I said, I gotta
put you on that spot, brother. I'm sorry. I gotta put you on it.
So we made a commitment to Dennis. And
you already told me that. I don't need to hear about that. You told me that. I know that's next for you. But my question for Robert Hernandez is when we getting the champ back in the FightersRep ring, because look, I only want to deal with the best, most responsible fighters that I got respect for, that I know got respect for the game, that I know have ambitions to go somewhere in the game. So that's why I'm very excited to hopefully get you and your team back on. So after this fight, how soon can we expect to see Robert Hernandez in a FightersRep ring? And would it be as a pro or as an amateur?
Most likely as a pro. I have no interest. I really don't have any more interest in Muay Thai as an amateur, or even boxing as an amateur. So it's gonna be as a pro. I'm trying to get paid already, man. I've been doing so many fights. Got over 30 amateur fights.
Wow.
And they don't fucking I want to say 25, somewhere around there. But I'm trying to get paid, man. Like it's just frustrating already, man. I'm fighting for free. So I got a daughter to I want to buy her toys and shit. What's
LOL dolls? Does she like the LOL dolls?
Bro, they give me a fucking headache. Those just give me a headache.
Bro, today is my daughter's birthday, and that's the only damn thing she wanted, man. Those LOL dolls drive me crazy, man.
Yeah, I have all that shit laying down in my fucking living room, like, bro. Yeah, she gives me a headache. But I want to put some Jordans on her feet now.
Well,
I saw that shit in the movie.
Well, ladies and gentlemen of Knucklehead Nation, again, hit the subscribe button below if you want to be a member of Knucklehead Nation. If you want to donate, feel free to, but we ask that if you're going to donate to our Save the Fight Gyms campaign in the link below in the description. We're here with the champ, Robert Hernandez. We don't want to take up too much more of your time, Robert. You guys can follow him at Rob_Thai Boxing. It's right there at the bottom of your screen. That's his Instagram handle. If you're a sweet honey, I guess he says stay away at least for a couple of years till he accomplishes his goals. Don't distract him. But we've been on this thing with you for almost 1 hour now, Robert. Is there anything you want to say? Anyone you want to shout out before I let you go? Sponsors, friends.
I want to give big man. Fuck, I should have wrote this shit down. I want to bring Definition Sports Massage, the Movement Dog. My barber, All Pro Barbershop. Atomic Tacos. You guys gotta try that golden fried chicken right here. If you're in the IE, motherfucker makes some bomb ass fucking chickens.
Who's that?
It's a chicken sandwich. You know how everybody went crazy for Popeyes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't shit. You guys could throw that shit away. But I literally fucking ordered 2 orders for myself. There's some big ass fucking sandwiches, like the size of my head. Ordered 2 of those sandwiches. I ordered my mom one, knowing that she's not gonna finish that shit, so I eat that shit too.
Very strategic of you. That's the inner fighter coming out there. What's the name of the place that's got these chicken sandwiches?
The Golden Fried Chicken.
Golden Fried Chicken.
Look them up on Instagram. Bomb. And if I see you, I'll take you some one day, George.
Appreciate it, brother. If you're ever down here in San Pedro, you know, we go get a shrimp tray at the fish market, bro. That's what we're known
Oh,
for down here.
I heard about the micheladas too. I'm Mexican,
Oh,
so I'm all into
man.
that shit.
That's good shit, bro.
Yeah.
But anyway, Robert, man, let me tell you, I really appreciate your time. You know, we got
No
nothing
problem.
but love and respect for you at
Thank you, sir.
FightersRep, man, and for Coach Joe as well. And we really look forward to working with you. We know you probably got some more talent you're working on over there, too.
Oh, we will. You will. Give us maybe after that fight, maybe 1 or 2 more, and then we'll be with you. We'll be
I'm
with
ready.
you. I'm making that stop with you. Like
I'm
I said,
ready,
if you're
brother.
gonna come up with some pro titles, I'm in it too.
For sure. Robert, do me one more favor before we let you go. Tell everybody to subscribe below and hit the bell notification icon and join Knucklehead Nation.
Subscribe, motherfuckers. Knucklehead Nation.
Robert, thank you for your time, brother. Really
Thank you.
appreciate it.